you know, you've had a tremendous amount of success. It doesn't really seem like you've had a lot of failure. Like, do you feel like you've had a lot of failure?
Yeah, I think plenty. I mean, like along the way, there's been times where I've come home and I've stared at the ceiling and been like, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, laying on the floor, dog comes over, licks your face, and then you realize, you know, you're not a heart surgeon. You will survive. But there's been plenty of times. I mean, that Salesforce event for me was, in a lot of ways, what felt like a failure. It was like, you know, it didn't bomb our company, but like, you know, we're bootstrapped. I don't have a fucking,
you don't have VCs.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have VC money being pumped in this thing. Like, we can't afford to like not make money on these conferences, right? So we had to figure something out. And what happens when you fail like that is you do figure things out. Like I had to like push off payments till later in the year, or like, you know, basically put me on a payment plan, or come up with like different things I could sell to sponsors immediately so that I can, you know, start getting
pay the bills,
some new money in. Yeah. So like that was a bad one. There have been plenty of conferences.
How do you stay so motivated, you think? Like, where does this motivation come from, right? Like, because like to do the events, you got to be highly motivated to just like go through some of the learning experiences. Like,
be an entrepreneur. Yeah. You want to build something, man. Like, you know, nobody wants to fail. And the only way to really fail is to quit, right? Like, there are plenty of times where I've failed, but like pushed through and turned it into something. Failed, pushed through, turned it into, like, I can't think of a lot of failures where like I failed and it just stopped. Like my bike share program failed and, you know, we couldn't raise the money, but that like turned into another business. When the social media business, we stopped that. Like, that's a failure. That didn't exit or anything like that, but that turned into, you know, Udemy. I eventually left Udemy. Like, I don't consider that a failure, but like, I didn't have some kind of like outcome or something like that. So like, then you go and you just like continue parlaying these things into the next opportunity. It's a career. It's, you know, it's, and
you just get used to it, almost conditioned. It sounds like.